This one is a case for Ripley's Believe It or Not. I have my logic probe touching the blanking indication on this Data East CPU, powered on. And you can see that the blanking signal started out low and then went high, and it is not pulsing. It should not be pulsing. The problem that I had with this board was that the 4th character and the 12th character on the display would never get strobed. Well, I take that back. They were strobed, but blanking was kicking in at just the right time that the digits would not be displayed. So I chased my tail on this for a long time because I was probing these output pins, and they're strobing just like they should. However, pin 2 on the ribbon and also on both ribbons is a blanking indication, and that was going up to the display and turning the display off just when digits 4 and 12 were to be displayed. And you can see those are working perfectly fine right now. Everything with this board is working fine right now, but this was the culprit. Let me turn the lights back on. That 1 microfarad tantalum cap is C87, and it's a 1 microfarad tantalum. This is a timing circuit between this resistor and this capacitor that holds the blanking input signal, I'll call it, up on this timer for a specific period of time. And then when this timer times out, it will pull the blanking signal low. So the fact that that tantalum cap wasn't doing its job, the timer was timing out periodically, and the blanking signal was pulsing at this test point, and of course at pin 2 on the ribbons, and of course on the display. So let's take this CPU board through its test, since this board is going back into a Tommy, and I will start the test. Boy, that one had me chasing my tail for a long time. So you can hear I have a Simpsons soundboard connected. I can hear the left speaker is making noise now. And let me see which one. I don't remember what the flipper buttons are. Oh yeah. Here's music 4. Two. See, I skipped 3. There's 3.
Underachievers.
The right speaker, the left speaker. I must have missed both speakers, yeah. So the sound section of this thing is working perfectly. Now here is where I was pulling my hair out, is this digit, and the same on the first player, and the 12th, 16, 15, 14, this one here would never fire. And I kind of outsmarted myself, thinking that the 4th and the 12th are 8 characters apart, which is significant. And when you're talking about address buses and data buses, 8 bits is the width of the data bus. So I was trying to figure out how that was manifesting at this 6821 and the subsequent 74-154 that drives the digit strobes, and turned out a fresh mind a couple of months later finally allowed me to figure out that it was in fact a blanking problem. And so that is something I shall never forget. Testing the switch matrix, that is all of them. The lamps. This is the lamp rows. Lamp columns. I had another board that was doing the same thing, and it would only light some lamps and some coils. So it was the same, similar thing, but this one here was just isolated to the display. I should have figured this out sooner. Well, that's what I get for sleeping in today. And Simpsons only uses 5A, it never pulses 5C. So these are all 16 coils, and now the special solenoids, which can be problematic on both Data East and Williams games. And here I am driving them from the switches, so those are working just fine. And I could select a coil, but I don't want to. So let's watch these. This is what the LEDs look like when it boots correctly. The two left ones are on. Lamp matrix is doing its thing. No coils turned on. Display back in action. So this board is ready to go. I will put the Tommy ROM in it and boot it up just to make sure we are 100% ready to go.